places in the world are as infamous as Hill House, a sprawling mansion that holds secrets, tragedies, and ghosts within its walls. Today, we dive into the haunting story of a family shattered by the horrors of Hill House. It began innocently enough. The Crane family, Hugh, Olivia, and their 5 children, arrived at Hill House with the goal of renovating and flipping it. But from the moment they stepped inside, something was off. The air was thick with the secrets. The house, alive with something unseen, began its slow, insidious work on them. Olivia, the mother, was the first to feel its pull. Sensitive and loving, she was a perfect target for Hill House. The ghosts whispered to her. They fed on her love for her family and twisted it into something dark and unbearable. But Hill House was not empty. It was never empty. The ghosts, some seen, others just felt, began to emerge. The most terrifying among them was the Bent-Neck Lady, a figure that haunted young Nell from her first night in the house. But as terrifying as these apparitions were, they were just reflections of something deeper. The house wanted them, and it would stop at nothing to get them. Nell couldn't escape her. Night after night, the Bent-Neck Lady appeared, but she had no idea of the truth that lay behind the specter. For Olivia, the house became both a sanctuary and a prison. It whispered promises of safety for her children, of a forever home where they could live in peace. But these promises were twisted, leading her deeper into madness. In the end, the house convinced her that the only way to protect her family was through death. And so, one tragic night, Olivia made a fateful decision that would forever scar the Crane family. Nell, the youngest Crane daughter, suffered the most. She carried the weight of Hill House with her long after they left. The ghosts followed her, especially the Bent-Neck Lady. What she didn't realize was that the Bent-Neck Lady was always part of her fate. The Bent-Neck Lady was Nell. Her death was no escape. It was a cruel loop. The house had claimed her, trapping her in a nightmarish existence she could never escape from. In the end, she was both the victim and the ghost that haunted her family. Years later, the Crane children, now adults, returned to Hill House one last time, each of them broken, haunted by the scars of their childhood. The house still held its power over them, calling them back. They tried to destroy it, to end the nightmare once and for all, but Hill House wouldn't let them. It was never about just the house. It was about what the house represented: trauma, grief, and the ghosts we carry with us. The real horror of Hill House wasn't the ghosts. It was the tragedy of a family broken apart by trauma. The ghosts were just a reflection of their pain, their guilt, and their loss. The Cranes were haunted, not just by the supernatural, but by the memories of their mother, their sister, their past. In the end, Hill House remained. It always does. A place filled with sorrow, tragedy, and the ghosts of those who could never leave. The haunting of Hill House is not just a story about ghosts. It's a story about the ghosts we carry within us, the guilt, the grief, and the memories that haunt our minds long after the actual events have passed. Sometimes, the most terrifying thing isn't what's outside, it's what's inside us.